Welcome to the Boat Galley Podcast. I'm Carolyn Shearlock, here with tips, reviews, and how-tos for your cruising adventure. Slow down. So, you're buying a boat, and you've got it narrowed down to a few makes and models that fit your needs and your budget. The next step will be to start looking at boats. It can get overwhelming to try to remember the details of various boats you look at, even if you're doing it online. We found it helpful to develop a list of features we were looking for. The draft of the boat, since we were going to be cruising in an area with shallow water, the number of cabins, equipment such as anchor, windlass, radar, electronics, and creature comforts such as having a real mattress on the bed. Mark each one as something. I did this as a spreadsheet, but just a paper and pencil list will work too. Now it's finally time to look at boat listings. YachtWorld.com lists boats offered by brokers worldwide. Sailboat listings and Craigslist are good places to find for sale by owner listings in the U.S. Similar listings exist in most countries. And don't overlook owners groups. Often, boats are listed there first, and the cream puffs are taken quickly. When you spot a boat that looks interesting, fill in your chart or spreadsheet with as much information on each boat as you can, and call owners and brokers to get the remaining information. Sometimes, particularly with brokers, it can be hard to get information as they only want to make an appointment to show the boat. Persevere with your questions. I don't like to make appointments to see boats until I've done more research to determine the top candidates. It's even more important to know what your top candidates are if you have to travel any distance to see them. As you're comparing boats, note any critical gear that isn't working or isn't on each boat. When I'm talking about critical gear, I'm talking about things that you feel you'd need to fix or install before using the boat, things that you would have to do in order to make it the boat you want. Try to come up with an estimate of what it would cost you to put each of those items on the boat or repair what's there. It's tough, but you're trying to figure out how much each boat would cost when outfitted the way you want it. Be sure to include labor if you'd hire it out, as well as the cost of being in a boatyard. And, whether you'd hire it out or do it yourself, think about how long the work will take and how long you'll be without the use of your boat. Very often, the biggest cost of an upgrade isn't the cost of the parts, but the labor, the yard bill, and the lost time aboard. As you're doing this, don't add in the cost of anything that's not important to you just because one boat has it. You only want to compare features that you care about. Going back to your online search, some boats are going to start looking better than others, but there's one more thing to do before you actually go and look at them. That's to investigate insurance. If you're planning to finance your purchase, the lender will tell you what type of insurance they require. If you won't have a loan, you'll have more flexibility in choosing the policy limits, the deductible, or whether you just have liability insurance. Get some preliminary quotes from several insurance companies on one or more of your top candidates. You'll learn a lot as you get these quotes, and you may discover that some boats that interest you are very difficult to insure. Sometimes finding insurance that fits with your dream is the hardest part of the puzzle. The next step is going to be to look at several boats. Until next time. Thanks for listening. If you like the show, please be sure to subscribe in your podcast app. Just search for the Boat Galley Podcast. And reviews are always appreciated. Until next time, then. Slow down, slow down.